battle is about jobs and our values. Today, Susan and I think we've been out 16 months now campaigning every night and every day. In every group that we meet with, there are folks who are unemployed, who have a family member who's unemployed, and it's intolerable, and it doesn't have to be that way. We know the things that make it work, and we're in the middle of making it much, much worse. This administration has been the most job-destructive administration in the history of the United States of America. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact. You can go look at the data. The president has taken off millions of jobs in the United States of America. And because we've got a new health care law, we are benefiting the risk of jeff trade, employees avoid that. And I think entrepreneurs and risk takers keep their money in their pockets. Not going to do the things we know create jobs. If there's one thing that I know, as someone who was a soldier, and today as a businessman, the federal government's not going to create one job for the folks here in the 4th District who so desperately need it. And my commitment, the reason I quit my day job to take on this campaign, was so that we can go to Washington, D.C., fire Nancy Pelosi, and bring the federal government back to the place we all know. I must admit, it's a little odd standing in front of a 4-foot picture of your own head. But it reminds me, and I want to remind you, we've seen the data. It looks like it is going to be a great year for the Republicans in November, that we're going to make a big change in Washington, D.C. But let's not get the big head. There is an awful lot of work to do. We've got to go vote. We've got to go get our friends to vote. We have lots of candidates running as non-incumbents or taking on Democrats here in the 4th District, candidates for State House, candidates for the State Senate. We need to win those races too, so we can change the laws, so we can present bills to our next governor, Sam Brownback, and we can then go to Washington, D.C. and bring power from the federal government to the states, so these folks in the states can do the things we need them to do. So it all begins here. We are today 9 weeks from Election Day. Tuesday, November 2nd, 9 weeks from today. There's much to be done. In my race, we'll have someone stand in front of you and tell you he's a fiscal conservative. We'll have someone stand in front of you and tell you that he reaches across the aisle, that he likes to be bipartisan, and he thinks, boy, whatever best idea there is out there wins. But when you look at his voting record, what you can be sure of is that he thought the Democrats had the best idea 96.7% of the time. And we've got to make sure that that message gets out. Congressman Tiahrt gets it exactly right. What we know, and we've seen it in Congressman Dennis Moore right here in Kansas, is that when they come home, they tell you they're a conservative. When they come home, they tell you they share your values. And when they get to Washington, D.C., they vote lockstep for Speaker Pelosi, and you get leaders like Barney Frank running finance committees. It's not what America's about. We all know better, and we'll get there. I need everyone's help here today. We got 30,800 votes and change on August 3rd. I'll need a little over 100,000 votes on November 2nd.